Hi everyone, I am Lacey Karsten and I am doing my final project. I decided to do a history board. There's a picture. Or I've also heard teachers call it a one-pager. So this is kind of like what I experienced, and I'll go over each thing. I had three girls. As you see right here. This one, I'll just call her Susie. She had her hair dyed with Kool-Aid when she showed up, so that was fun. Um, they were all very different, but I did draw let's see, this is backwards, a soccer ball right here because they all were really interested in soccer and physical activities. They loved the PE integration. That was definitely their favorite. Um, right here, I drew a laptop. I use laptop integration primarily because I didn't have like tablets for every one of them. I did have a Kindle and an iPad, and then I allowed one of them to use my son's iPod Touch. So I guess since I didn't have access to a classroom, the technology integration was a little bit tough for me. But we made it work, and they did Wordles, and they played games, and we did collaborative word sorts for vocabulary, and that worked out great. Okay, right down here, this was kind of music integration. Okay, hold on, sorry. It was a really fun lesson over the EA blend. The girls loved it. It was part of music integration, but then after we watched it, they wanted to see it every day, and I still, to this day, am humming that song about the flea and the pea in the sea. I used Florida Research a lot for this. I love that website. I've shared that website with my friends that are teachers or in this program. But we did making words with Scrabble pieces. The girls loved it. It was for affixes, and so prefixes and suffixes they made words with. So I have my Scrabble pieces here. One of the things that I learned about myself is that I need to work on time management and knowing what takes, how long something will take. You know, a lot of times I gave time to something that didn't need as much time as it did. So I think that's just something I'm going to be learning, and that's definitely something I learned about myself. The other thing, and here's my clock, I don't know if I showed it. It says tick tick. The other thing about time I did realize is I am getting better at planning ahead, and I'm getting better at having things organized and ready to go. I was always there 15 to 30 minutes before the girls showed up. So I think I'm getting better at that. I think I'm getting prepared. I'm more and more prepared now. Okay, so we also did guided reading lesson. I loved the guided reading lesson, and the students that I had also loved it. I didn't let them each pick their own book because I really wanted to base the book around something they were all kind of at the same level. There was one that was a little bit higher, but she still really enjoyed it. There were still words in there she didn't know, and so they all read the same book. But it was Mercy to the Rescue, Mercy Watson to the Rescue. So we also did, it's right there, we did open mind portraits, and they loved that. It's where you draw what you think the main character is thinking, and so we did that in art. The girls were really into art. We also had, and I kind of put this in different, this is their journal. I bought each of them a little journal, and it was just a little spiral notebook, and they took it home every day, and they got to write in it. One girl did a collage in it and just really went after it, and I just said, write whatever you want. I mean, when I was that age, I was a third grader, I had a diary, and, so I think they really liked it. But we also did roll and write, which they really liked, and that was part of my my trifold here. It was part of my little thing, and they really liked roll and write. They enjoyed writing. If I gave them options between going down to the children's library, because we were in the Augusta Public Library, and roll and write, they wanted to write, which I think was great because as an interpreter, maybe working with hard of hearing students and deaf students, writing is not a favorite. So I was excited that they liked to write and they enjoyed being able to write about what they wanted to write about. So that was fun. And we also did chorale reading and readers theater, which are right here. Readers theater was a hoot because the girls really got into character and they really liked that. The drama that went with it was pretty cool. Of course, I had one of their very favorite things to do was I did a scavenger hunt, and I did it twice. We did it once with affixes and we did it once with compound words. So for instance, it would say, well, here it says make the word build into a person who builds. So they had to go find ER builder. So that was just one example. One of the other examples maybe for, this is just a sticky note. I just did it with sticky notes and I hid them all over the library, the children's library. They really like that. Another example for like compound words was I would say make rain a beautiful arch in the sky. And so they would have to go find bow and make it rainbow. So that was really fun. PE integration, we had freeze tag, irregularly spelled word freeze tag. And I put my little bucket of words in there because we had like a relay where they would have to go back and forth. They really enjoyed that. They just really loved the PE integration. Of course, I had to add the donut because we had snacks every Thursday. We went Monday through Thursday, so we brought snacks, and I had one with braces, so I had to learn that you don't bring Starburst or something like that because kids with braces can have things like that. So I learned that early on. So we also, another thing that I did on the Florida research site that I really enjoyed was word speed practice. It was very effective for fluency. One little girl I really struggled with because she just look at the first part of the word and say just something that started with an F, for example. And sometimes I would show her the word once and she would say first. And I'd say, well, look what it starts with. And she would say first. So the word speed practice was excellent for her. It took 1 minute a day, and I just really, really thought it was beneficial. I also, at the EMSV, when we did our guided reading, we did the EMSV, does it look right? Does it sound right? Does it make sense? That was an excellent, excellent tool for the girls to use. The guided reading was probably, in my opinion, the most, it helped me see what they were doing and what they could need because I could just, sit and work with them. And something that I learned about myself is that I just want to jump right in there and help immediately. Like I don't want to let them struggle. So there was a couple times, especially when I rewatched my formal observations, that I noticed that I didn't sit back enough and really let them discuss and let them work through it. So that's something I'm going to kind of work on as a teacher. I just want to jump right in there and help. And another thing that I found out about myself is that I can work with girls. I have 3 sons and a husband and 2 male dogs and a male cat. So when I had 3 girls suggested for this by my internship teacher last semester, I asked her and she gave me 3 girls. I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. It's been a long time since I was a girl, and it was great. The girls were just super fun. I mean, as we got into things, I saw their personality come out more. The honeymoon period was kind of over, and I kind of worried about when I left them in the classroom, when I was testing or doing something with somebody else, losing control. But I really didn't feel like they took advantage of me too much. It wasn't too much of a pushover or anything like that. So the testing, I had a girl cry during pre-assessments and post-assessments on the same test on the QPS. So, I mean, I don't know if it was something she just does to try to get out of it, because she wanted to keep going, but she just really wants to please people. And I just was like, oh, you're fine, So I guess that gave me a little experience there. I don't like testing that much. So I understand when it's Dibbles Day, when the teachers would be like, oh, we have to do testing. It's frustrating when they don't do as well as you'd like, or that they are capable of doing something more, but maybe they're having an off day, or it's just not that much fun. I'd rather be doing fun stuff, but it's a necessary thing, and I get that. I think my girls did great, and I really enjoyed this class. It was an amazing experience, and I really appreciate getting to have it. So that's all I have, and I hope to see you all in coming classes, and good luck to all of you. Thanks.